Hi, my name is Lisa, and this is how my life completely changed. I went from invisible to someone everyone talked about. My best friend Mia was my biggest fan. She was always there, cheering me on. At first, she was my biggest supporter. She cheered louder than anyone.
That's my best friend!
But as my story started to rise, Mia slowly began to hate me.
But to understand how it happened, we have to go back to where everything was simple, how it started.
Back then, it was just me and Mia. She was my best friend. We walked to school together, shared snacks, laughed at the dumbest jokes, and talked about our dreams like they were right around the corner. Mia was confident, pretty, and loud in the best way, and me? I was the quiet girl with pink hair and big glasses, the one people barely noticed. But Mia always made me feel like I mattered.
Is that the reason why they love me so much?
She loved music as much as I did every day after school. We practiced in my room, her tapping on random objects like drums, and me singing softly into a cheap mic. She used to tell me,
Lisa, one day your voice is gonna take you places.
And I believed her. Everything changed the day we saw the poster. Annual talent show, winner gets a studio deal. Mia grabbed my arm and screamed, "We're signing up!" I was terrified, but she believed in me so much that I said yes.
Lisa, your voice is amazing! You have to join the talent show! I don't know, what if I embarrass myself?
I'll be right beside you, I promise.
We practiced every single day. Mia pushed me, hard, sometimes too hard. But I thought, that's what best friends do. Slightly uneasy. Then, I posted a short clip of me singing online.
Oh, it's hard to face the light, but this feeling burning deep inside won't let me hide tonight.
I finally found the courage just to share this part of me.
People started noticing me. And overnight, my classmates were leaving heart emojis and supportive comments for the first time. I felt seen. That night, I didn't sleep at all. I lay there in the dark, staring at my phone, scrolling through every single comment on my video. Heart emojis, messages telling me I had a beautiful voice, people I barely talked to cheering me on like I was suddenly important, and it felt unreal. Like someone had finally turned on a light that had been off my whole life. But the more I scrolled, the more I noticed something that made my chest tighten. Mia wasn't there. Not even once. Not on her main account. Not on her second account. Nothing. I refreshed. I checked again. And again. And again. Every time hoping her name would appear, her little blue heart emoji, her proud of you bestie. But it never did. Still, I told myself it didn't matter. Maybe she hadn't seen it. Maybe she was asleep. Maybe I just needed to stop overthinking. But the next morning, I realized how wrong I was. Mia walked up to me with that bright smile, the smile I trusted more than anything, and started listing every single person who had commented on my video. She knew the usernames. She knew what they wrote. She even joked about some of them. And in that moment, my stomach dropped. Because if she knew, if she saw everything, then she also knew she chose not to say anything. But I pushed that feeling down. She was my best friend. She was supposed to be happy for me. So, I just tucked the confusion into the back of my mind and pretended everything was normal. And honestly, for a little while, it was nice. That first week, people waved at me in the halls. They called my name. Some even asked when I'd post another song for the first time. I felt seen. I felt wanted. And Mia walked beside me through all of it, laughing, hugging me, telling me she was proud. But somewhere behind her smile, something else was hiding. Little things, small things, barely noticeable, but impossible to ignore once you saw them. The way her smile tightened whenever someone complimented me instead of her. The way her voice got softer but colder when someone asked about my song, how she'd walk a few steps ahead whenever too many people looked my way, as if she didn't want to walk beside me anymore. Sometimes when I talked, she'd interrupt me, quickly, sharply, like she needed the attention back on her. Other times, I'd catch her looking at me with this expression, not angry, not sad, just different. Like she wasn't sure if she still recognized the girl next to her, or if she even wanted to. And deep down, a small part of me knew that something was shifting between us, knew that the spotlight I had waited my whole life to feel was slowly overheating the friendship I loved the most, but I didn't want to believe it. Not yet. Not when things were finally going right for me. But jealousy. Jealousy doesn't stay tiny. It grows, it spreads, and soon, it was impossible to hide.
Good evening, Mom. Good evening! How was your day? Congratulations, Lisa! Your video went viral! Millions of views, Henry. That's a ray. Nurse me? Hello. Hi, Lisa. Oh my gosh. Hello. It's Ivy, the singer.
Ivy wasn't just any singer. She was a global superstar, the kind of artist whose songs were everywhere, in every shop, every radio station, every playlist. The kind of person people waited in lines to take pictures with. The kind of girl everyone recognized just by her voice. She won awards, sold out stadiums, worked with the biggest names in the industry. And somehow, she noticed me.
You're Ivy? Oh my gosh, hello? Ivy? Wow, it's so nice to hear your voice. I actually got your number from your social handle. I saw your singing clip and wow, Lisa, your voice is incredible. Wait, you liked it? I loved it. I've been replaying it nonstop. You're special, Lisa. Really special.
I still couldn't believe it. Ivy, the Ivy, was really talking to me. And then she said something I never expected. She told me she loved my voice, and that she wanted to help me. She promised to get me gigs outside school, real shows, even performances at other schools. No one had ever believed in me like that before. Hearing her say those words, it felt like the world finally opened up. Like maybe, just maybe, my dreams weren't impossible after all. After that night, everything in my life started shifting in the best way. People at school began noticing me, not just online, but in the hallways, in the cafeteria, everywhere. Some classmates I barely talked to started smiling at me, asking about my music, telling me I should sing more. The music club invited me to join their sessions, and when I did, it felt magical. We spent afternoons rehearsing harmonies, experimenting with melodies, and laughing whenever someone hit a wrong note. For the first time, I felt like I belonged somewhere. Then something even crazier happened. A group of students organized a small show in the auditorium, just for fun, and they asked me to perform. I said yes, and they actually paid me. Me, getting paid to sing. I don't think I've ever smiled that hard. More mini events started popping up around school. Open mic days, lunchtime stage spots, little performances during club fairs. Every time I was invited. And every time more people cheered for me. Little by little, the fear inside me got quieter. And the confidence I never knew existed started growing. As the talent show day got closer, all these moments, every applause, every smile, every "you've got this, Lisa," they pushed me to practice harder than I ever had before. It felt like the whole school was rooting for me, and for the first time in my life, I wasn't just singing. I was becoming the girl I always dreamed I could be. Things got even crazier after that. Students started giving me money, even when I didn't do anything, just small thank you gifts, just to appreciate me for singing. It felt strange, but also kind of sweet. And then the boys. They suddenly started noticing me too. The handsome ones, the confident ones. Some of them wanted to sit with me. Some even offered to carry my books. Every hallway I walked into felt like a spotlight. Everyone smiling at me, calling my name. And Mia. She watched all of it from right beside me. She smiled, but her eyes, they told a different story. Here comes Chris and Donald, the kind of boys everyone already knew about. Chris, the one every girl whispered about in the hallways. Handsome, confident, the center of attention without even trying. Donald, the best friend type everyone liked just as much. They didn't need an introduction. Whenever they walked across the courtyard, heads turned. People made space for them, and for a moment, it felt like the world slowed down just to watch them move. The boys everyone noticed, the ones people whispered about in the hallways, followed on social media, and tried to impress every single day. They had that effortless confidence, the kind that made the entire campus seem to react whenever they showed up. Stylish, admired, and surrounded by attention. Girls loved them, guys respected them. They were the definition of popular. Just when I thought things couldn't get any crazier, the energy around me shifted again. It wasn't because of strangers, no. It was because of two boys everyone already knew. When they approached me and Mia one afternoon, I thought they just wanted to say hi. But instead,
I love your music.
Thank you!
they asked if we wanted to team up. They said they loved my music, that they believed I could go further, and that they wanted to help guide me, protect me, push me in the ways that boys sometimes can when things get tough.
Your music is gonna be huge. We're so proud of you. Yeah, you've got such a unique sound. We shall plan about everything for our bright future.
Mia and I looked at each other, and for the first time, the four of us became a team.
The sky will be the limit, but with music, expect success only.
After we formed our team, everything changed again. But this time, it changed because we started planning my music for real. We weren't just talking about dreams anymore. We were building them. Chris was amazing with guitar. Donald was the heartbeat on drums. Mia played piano like she was born for it. And me, I sang. Every afternoon after school, we practiced. Not just once in a while, but every day. We pushed each other. We corrected each other. We kept growing. Chris was the mastermind of the plan. He started talking about branding, image and stage presence, work strategies, rehearsal schedules. He said I had to look like someone who belonged on stage, not just someone who wanted to be there. Since I was the image of the team, Chris planned the outfits and the image I had to present. The style, the colors, the jewelry, everything. And Mia turned his ideas into reality. She designed my looks, she chose every detail, and she made sure I always stepped out looking like a real performer. Chris really changed everything for our team. His ideas made us serious, organized, and more professional than we had ever been before. Donald helped us stay disciplined. He organized meetings, notes, schedules, and kept reminding us why we were doing all this. They told me that the world doesn't hand dreams to you. You have to become ready for them. But teams aren't always simple. Mia, she had liked Chris for so long, quietly, silently. The kind of crush you keep to yourself because you're scared it'll ruin everything if you say it out loud. But Chris didn't look at her. He looked at me, and so did Donald. One day, they both told me they liked me. both of them, at the same time. I didn't know what to feel, because the first thing I thought about wasn't love. It was Mia.
I'm sorry, guys, but I will think about it.
Later that evening, in the practice room, Mia finally broke. She looked at me and said, "Lisa, what's wrong with me? Look at me. I'm beautiful. Why can't he see me?" I didn't have an answer, and when she finally gathered the courage to tell Chris how she felt, he told her to give it time. Not yes, not no, just a pause. Donald didn't say much at all, but his heart was still in the same place as Chris's. So I made a choice. I rejected them both, not because I didn't care, but because choosing one would break the other, and worst of all, it would break Mia. And somehow, that choice made us stronger. We worked harder, practiced longer, dreamed bigger. The four of us, the singer, the best friend, the golden boy, and the genius, became something no one expected. A perfect team. And then came the talent show.
We are ready for the talent show.
The week we had been waiting for, talent show week. For months we had planned, practiced, dreamed, but this week felt different. We weren't the only ones competing. There were dancers, rappers, comedians, singers, people we had never seen perform before. It wasn't just one show anymore. We competed 3 different times that week. Every day the stage grew bigger, the crowds grew louder, and the pressure grew heavier. By the end of the week, Sunday was the grand finale, the day the entire school would choose a winner. It didn't matter who we were before, only how much we were willing to shine now. And when the lights turned on, everything we had worked for finally became real. We won. We actually won first place. There were tears and laughter and screaming. We got the studio deal. We got prize money. And for a moment, it felt like a dream come true. But then came the part nobody expects. We had to decide how to share the money. We went to Chris's house to talk. The boys wanted some of it to go back into the group because we had already spent so much money and time together. And because this wasn't just my journey, it was all of ours. But Mia didn't like her share. She said I was getting 2 shares, my own, and the group's share too. She felt like everything would be spent on me. I didn't want her to feel that way. I didn't want to lose her, so I gave her my entire share, all of it, because she was my best friend. And the last thing I ever wanted was to break our friendship. After that, everyone was happy again. We still had enough to grow the team and keep working. And I didn't mind losing the money. I knew we would make it back. When I got home that night, my mom hugged me so tightly. She was proud. I was a winner, a real artist. And on Monday, school was different. It felt like the whole world was supporting us. That night, Ivy called me again. She congratulated me, and then she invited us to meet her. I didn't even know how to tell my team. I wanted it to be a surprise. We met Ivy in a 5-star hotel, and she said something I will never forget. "You've worked enough. Now it's my turn to make you a mainstream artist." She gave us an apartment to stay near her studio and near our school. She lived close all along, and we never knew. My team moved in with me. We worked every day. We practiced, planned, and the dreams only got bigger. But something else changed too. Chris and Donald confessed that they liked me again, both of them, but I couldn't choose, because choosing meant breaking our group and hurting Mia. So I rejected both of them again. But Mia wasn't happy. She asked me, "Why doesn't Chris see me? Aren't I beautiful?" I tried so hard to keep the peace. I rejected love, so I wouldn't lose her. But jealousy doesn't disappear just because you want it to. After our first big show with Ivy, Mia disappeared, completely gone. She left a letter saying she was tired of living in my shadow. She said that every good thing always came to me. The music, the boys, the fame. I cried for a long time. 2 months later, Chris and Donald got into a fight about me.
Enough! You're both suspended from your job immediately.
Ivy saw it and suspended them both. She said, "Suspended till further notice." I don't know till when. Suddenly, I was alone. I signed the contract, became a mainstream artist. I stopped going to school. I didn't need school anymore. Money wasn't a dream anymore. It was already in my bank account. And it is the reason behind education. Ivy bought me the apartment as my own house. My career grew, my name grew, and the world loved me. But my friends, the people I started with, were gone. Fame is beautiful, but it's also heavy. It changes everything. I still talk to my mom. She visits sometimes, and I still keep the door open for my friends. All of them. It's been 2 years, not a single call, not a single message. They blocked my number from calling them, but I still hope that one day they will understand I never tried to replace them. And I always wanted all of us to shine together.